Hello everyone and welcome back to the Trinity Online channel. First and foremost, thank you to all the donators as well as to the subscriber for clicking the subscribe button and donating to me financially to support my efforts. And also to our brand sponsors, Voila.com.sg, thank you very much for sponsoring this video as well. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is this. This video is not the best archer video, it's not the best rotation video, nor is it the best DPS damage per second video. Alright, I don't do that kind of video. This video has been requested by my viewers on how do I play my archer, the style that I play, the preference, the way that I want to play it, and how will I be able to teach you guys this method that I'm using. And this is what this video is about. Do note that I have a part 1 series which talks about mob to mob pack rotations, how you can move from one pack of mob to another in a fast manner. But for that, you can refer to the link in the description. This video, let us talk about how to engage bosses from a safe long distance and also some basic maneuvers if the boss were to throw a high damage attack on you, how you can maneuver away easily. So let's say in this instance we are feeling lazy and we just want to stand at a spot and just keep casting huge attack. The first skill that I will use is Piercing Light. To activate this skill, you just need to press the downward button, which is S, and press E. You just need to tap it one time like this, okay? So S and E, you tap and it will start charging. So once it charges 3 times the bar below, you do a left click and it will fire off. Alright, so I'm gonna wait for the cooldown and I'm gonna show you guys again. So right now I want you to take note of the bottom of the screen right now. So I'm gonna press S and E again and you realize there's this white bar that is charging up. Once it charges 3 times disappear, do a left click and it will launch the attack. If we are going to activate S and E again in the state of using a crossbow rather than a longbow, this is how it will look like. You just tap it again and it is automatic. Alright, so you can feel free to change the direction just like what I have shown you, or stick to the static position like what you're aiming towards and just keep hitting one spot. So this is one skill that when I'm lazy, I'll just repeatedly cast it. The next skill is Lutragon's Call, which is also a charge up skill. This time round, you need to hold shift and you need to hold the right click and do not let go. Wait for the white bar at the bottom to disappear again and let go of everything. So I'm just going to hold shift, hold the right click, wait for the light bar to appear and disappear, and just release. This will be the second skill that you can charge up. So we do have the lazy way of casting skill, but we also have the exciting way of long range casting skill, which you may actually use this in PvP sometimes, okay? Not saying it's good skill to use, but it is very nice to use and it is so simple, you will love it. Before we go through all the main rotation of the active skill casting, I want to bring your attention to Righteous Smite, okay? It is a level 59 skill that requires 50 skill point, but why is it so important? It is because this skill has a hit damage of 1756% times 7 and it has a critical hit rate of 50%. Yes, and this is why it deals a lot of damage and you want this skill to trigger whenever it reaches its 20-second cooldown clearance. So next thing I'm going to show you guys is how to trigger this skill in 3 methods. So out of the 3 methods, not saying that it is the only method, but saying that these are the 3 methods I prefer to use, are very situational and it involves either a right click, a left click, or no click at all. The first method involves the right click and it is the simplest method to use. What you want to do is that you want to press the W key to move forward, and while you do that you just hold the right click. After that you can let go of the W key. So I'm going to show you right now live here. So I'm holding W, I hold right click and I'm just going to let go of the W and just keep holding the right click, and this is how it's going to cast this main skill and blast away. That's all. Okay, remember you start off with W and right click, and then you just hold right click all the way for the cast to take place. And as you can see, this is the cooldown. The 20-second cooldown actually ends pretty fast. It's now 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 and 1. So I'm going to show you guys the left click method. The left click method is a little bit different because you hold shift and you do a left click. Similarly, let go of shift and just remaining holding the left click. So we're going to hold shift, hold left click, just hold left click all the way, and same thing, it releases this powerful attack. So as usual, there is a 15-second cooldown on the screen right now. All we need to do is maybe at this point cast some of the other skills like this, you know, charge up another skill like this, and then there's only 3 seconds left in the cooldown, and we can do the last one. The last one has no clicks at all. So this is a very situational method whereby you want it to come out fast. That means you don't want a rotation, you got no room to move backwards, you are stuck, and you just want to deal that big damage. The only button you need is one key, which is F. So you hold F and don't let go, and it will cast that big damage as well. So there is 3 ways that I prefer to cast Righteous Smite. The first method is W with right click, hold right click. Second method is shift with left click, hold left click. The last method is just hold F and then it will quickly activate the skill and just blast it off, especially when you have no room to back off. In terms of PvE defense, there isn't really much a need for you to focus too much on it because Archer is always on the move, you're shooting from far if the enemy is too dangerous for you, and in a pack of moving fast, monsters hardly hit you. In terms of mana, which is your MP itself for casting skills, every somersault you do recovers a huge chunk of MP, so you don't really need to worry about mana, and I would say it's a very self-sustainable class for easy starter plays. And to defend yourself, usually for an archer, the normal left click, you can hold a direction and just slide leftwards, slide rightwards, and you can so-called kite around to defend yourself pretty much from attacks. Another way is what I like to use a lot is this skill, Ultimate Xypher's Leap. Now, before you unlock the higher level, it is called Xypher's Leap, and after that you have the Ultimate Xypher's Leap. Among all the back so-called escape skills, I prefer Xypher's Leap because it is a leap skill that is usable even if you are using a crossbow. So I'm using a crossbow right now and I can still use Xypher's Leap, and then I'm going to change to a longbow, great bow right now, and I can still use Xypher's Leap. So I won't be stuck in a situation where I can't use Xypher's Leap at all. So let's look at how do we make Xypher's Leap work for both the great bow and the crossbow. Now we go to the main skill tab, we scroll down further to secondary skill, you will see Xypher's Leap over here, and personally my playstyle is always to use the great bow, which is something like a longbow. So this can be used with the great bow and it only requires level 5, which makes it very favorable to new players, and the great bow gives you also more control over long distance shots. Now if we go to the Awakening tab, okay, and we look for this thing called the Ultimate Xypher's Leap. This is level 57, requires 28 skill point, can be used for crossbow. So you now know that at Ultimate Xypher's Leap, there is no limitation between the great or so-called longbow versus the crossbow. So this is one thing that I want you guys to take note of. And at this point, I need a favor from you guys. If you haven't subscribed, please consider clicking the subscribe button because 80% of you who are viewing is actually not a subscriber yet. And I really hope you guys can help the channel grow a little bit further. But the more important thing is please help me click the thumbs up button so that this video can reach out to more players. And also do leave a comment below in the comment box. And I'll be very thankful for your help in this couple of seconds that you are giving me. So on the left side over here on the screen, you would have seen 2 video thumbnails. The first one is the pack to pack, that means group to group monster rotation. You moving forward to one group after another very fast. And the second video is a video whereby I was battling this boss from long distance and also short distance because the boss actually does chase us at a very fast speed. So I actually combined the long distance skills, the evasion skills in this video, as well as the video on top, the short distance peg to peg rotation skills in the skill set that I use for this boss video at the bottom. So I hope you guys can watch it and perhaps get a big idea of how this part 1 and part 2 archer guide, when combined together, can really help you out. The reason why I didn't do this full guide in one part is because I believe it's gonna be too heavy at once. So I'm splitting it into 2 parts, but to let you know, these 2 parts can be combined together so you become an archer that is very flexible and adaptive to situation, just like the boss video demo. And without further ado, I'm just gonna end this video here. Thank you for watching. Please thumbs up, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.